Still to come, we'll be asking if the tyre race could be over.
No.
By the end of the weekend.
No.
Was it 5 points at the moment? They win, you lose. 8 in September. It's done.
It's not done,
mate.
No, it's not done.
It's done. All that money done in September. Embarrassing. But now, of course, the Ryder Cup is well and truly underway. TalkSport's golf correspondent Rupert Bell is over in the States covering the tournament, and he sent us footage of the type of fans Team Europe should be terrified of.
You think you got a chance? Listen, this crowd is going to be as rowdy as anything you've ever seen. We are literally bringing the thunder all day, every single day. Every hole, every tee box. You step up to that putting green, you get ready, because we're raining down hell, fire, and brimstone. These colors don't run, baby. The red, white, and blue is coming to beat you down.
He's supposed to be scary.
I would just get a headache if I knew him. What is that all about? Let's calm it down, shall we? Let's get the latest and chat all things golf with the YouTube superstar, the one and only Rick Shiels joins us. Hello, Rick. How are you?
Hi, fellas. How are you both?
We're good, man. Are you all right? You well?
I'm good. I'm a little bit sun-kissed today.
I can't tell. I mean, I'm colourblind anyway. Whenever people say, am I sunburned? I'm like, I can't
Oh,
tell.
no, he looks well.
I can't.
He looks like he's been in the sun
You
all
look
day.
well. There you go. You look well. You look good.
Yeah, I've been chilling out, watching the Ryder Cup, and absolutely loving the morning sessions so far.
Well, let's start with that because I mean we all hoped obviously Team Europe would get off to a good start, and I think it was sort of a flip of a coin as to who people thought would win it, and it still might be America, obviously, but I think home advantage was meant to be quite massive, but it's gone completely the other way, isn't it?
It's gone really quiet over there at Bethpage. Obviously, we've got off to an incredible start and won the first 3 matches. And you know what? There's actually a lot more European support out there than I expected. And they're loud. They're being really supportive, which is amazing.
How come do you think the Team USA have started off so slow? Because it almost looks like to me that they look a bit nervous. Even though they're on home soil, the ones look nervous.
Yeah, there's so much expectation. You know, not many times does an away team go on to away soil and win. So I think they'll have a lot of nerves. I mean, Bryson's tee shot on the first didn't show any bit of nerves. He absolutely bombed it and nearly drove the green. But there was some real sketchy golf shots. And, you know, the crowd's massive, but that comes with an anticipation. Like, it's hard to control those emotions. And I just feel like the European team is a team. I always feel like the American 12 players are 12 individual players playing for their own stake in it all, if I'm honest with you.
And just explain what difference that makes if you think Europe are part of a team and the Americans are playing for themselves.
I just certainly since Rome, we've only had one change, which is the Hogarth brother for the other Hogarth brother. So it's not that much of a change anyway.
Yeah.
And you look at Rory and you look at Tommy Fleetwood when they're playing together, they just look like best mates out there playing great golf together. I think when you saw American playing the best was when it was like Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas together, because they're really good pals and they played always really well together. But then a lot of these guys, they just don't seem like they're connecting that well. I mean, I'm actually just watching the final match now, and it's on the 16th, and it's all square.
Yeah.
We could pitch a half there, or even a full point, which would be incredible for Europe.
Why do you think some of these competitors, because listen, you are talking about the best golfers on the planet, and it is an individual sport, I understand that, but why is it so much different when you're playing with a partner? Why are some of them struggling? And I'm saying more so the USA rather than the Europeans.
This format in particular is very challenging because it's alternate shots and it is very testing. Often you're trying to gel styles together. Obviously, these guys are professional athletes. They're so honed into their golf ball. Sometimes when the pairings are matching up and they don't use the same golf ball, that's a different kind of thing to the outside agency they're not used to. You know, if they're used to using one brand of golf ball and their playing partner uses another one, it's quite hard to kind of adapt to, certainly when at the highest level. You know, if me and Andy went out and played, there probably wouldn't be that much of a difference. But for these guys, they're so tuned into it. I think this afternoon, it's a much better test. I think the Americans will play much better this afternoon when it's actually four balls. So all 4 players are playing. It's the best score on the scorecard goes down for their team. But foursomes is notoriously hard to play.
I'm going to ask you a question. I don't know if you know the answer, but you just made a very interesting point, one I've never heard before, about what ball they decide to use when they're playing as partners, if you like. Are they allowed to alternate which ball they use per hole, or is it whatever you choose, you have to use the same one for the whole round? Or you can't mark your ball and swap it during one hole, can you?
No. So from what my understanding is, if let's say I use one brand A, and you use brand B, if I'm teeing off, we can use brand A, but we have to use that ball for the whole hole. And if once you teed off on the next hole, you could use brand B. That's my understanding of what this is. You can't switch in between.
Okay. Let me talk to you about Rory McIlroy. You mentioned him earlier on. He's obviously won the Grand Slam, but he's never won a Ryder Cup, I think I'm right in saying. Do you think if you can be more determined than ever when you play in the Ryder Cup, do you think this is the one that he's desperate to win now?
He's won the Ryder Cup.
Oh, okay. I was talking to someone yesterday and they said he hasn't, but he has won it, right?
Yeah, he won it. I think he's won maybe 4 of them. He's won.
Oh.
He was there in Medina in 2012.
Yeah.
He won at Paris in 2018. He won in Rome 2003. He's definitely won at least 3, if not. I'm pretty sure he's won 4.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question still to do with Rory, so I don't look so stupid. Team Europe have got arguably the most informed golfer on the planet at the moment. When you've got someone like that and it's a team event, how much can a player like that help the rest of his team?
I mean, you compare it to football. You know, how many times does an incredible player play for a team and he spurs everyone else on? You know, we've seen that numerous times. You know, that could be World Cup or Euros. You know, did Portugal ever deserve to win the Euros without having Ronaldo on the team? You know, I think that type of player builds a team up. So I think in this format, having Rory McIlroy on your team, and also how well Tommy finished the year, and also obviously I spend a lot of time now with John Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton, the way they finished the year is also incredible. So we have got an awfully strong team. Not saying the Americans haven't, but I think in depth we've got the much stronger team.
At what point then do you think it starts to get the pressure really starts to mount on the USA? Because obviously Europe have got off to a really good start. Donald Trump expected to turn up, I think, either today or tomorrow. But the longer it continues, surely it gets to a point where the Americans are like, do you know what? If we don't start winning holes, it's almost all over, and then the pressure really builds.
This afternoon is going to be huge. Like this afternoon, it looks like it might be 3-1 going into this afternoon. They're going to really feel it this afternoon. I mean, many times though, it goes to the Sunday when it's singles and massive deficits have been overturned. So it's never over until, you know, quite literally back 9 on Sunday, as the saying goes. But they'll be really feeling the pressure this afternoon. And like you say, imagine the locker room when they finish this round. Like it's going to be a bit tense, where the European locker room is going to be absolutely buzzing.
Have you played on this course, Rick?
I've actually not. No, I've actually never played Bethpage. I'm a little bit, I don't know, I'm a little bit disappointed with the golf course for a Ryder Cup course.
Why?
It feels a bit, I don't know, there's just lots of long par 4s. America have really tried to cut the rough down, which allows for a lot of birdies, which is great. But you look at some of the great Ryder Cup courses we've had over the last few years, you know, at Rome at Marco Simone, there was loads of risk-reward holes where do you go for it with driver or do you lay up? In Paris at the Golf National, there was so much water, so much excitement. At Whistling Straits, where it was played in America 4 years ago, that's an incredible golf course. Again, Bethpage is a public golf course. Like you can literally go and play it. I think it's about $160 if you don't live in New York. It's a bucket list golf course for a lot of people. It really is. But just for this Ryder Cup, it just feels a bit flat. It doesn't feel like it's got those real excitement holes.
I played on the Marco Simone course a couple of years ago, actually, after the Ryder Cup was there, obviously. What I've noticed, I don't know the actual descriptive term of what I'm trying to say, but the grass, the European grass, is totally different, I think, to the English grass. It's like longer and it's weaved differently and it's quite thick. How does that compare to the American courses? Are they more like the English courses or European?
Much more like the European courses. So, you know, if you go out and play in Italy or Spain, you know, those type of places where they get a lot of heat, the grass is very coarse and it's very thick and the ball can go deep into the grass. You also get a lot of grain on those type of courses. So even the putting surfaces, the way that the grass actually grows and gets cuts can actually move your golf ball like it goes with the grain. Like how they stripe a football pitch almost. They can do that with greens as well. Where English golf courses, our grass is much softer, I'd almost say. So it's not as thick as European golf courses, as in mainland Europe, or the golf courses out in America.
Okay. Rick, thanks for going on. How's your golf at the moment? I shot my greatest ever round this morning, 86. I've never done that before. How's yours?
No way. That's amazing. Well
Thanks,
done, Andy.
man.
That's class.
Thank you.
We desperately need this game of golf we keep talking
Yeah.
about. Like, let's get one going.
I would love to.
Did I see something about TalkSport setting up a golf YouTube channel?
We have set it up. Yeah, Jamie O'Hara fronts it at the moment.
So why don't we do something for the TalkSport golf YouTube channel?
Okay, would you come down? You and I have a game on it.
Love to.
Okay.
Love to. That'd be a class.
We will do that. I'll speak to you. I'll send you a text with some dates. That'd be great, Rick.
You, me, Robbie Williams, and Ronnie O'Sullivan.
I can guarantee you and I are playing. I don't know if the other two turn up. I'll ask him. Rick, always a pleasure.
Cheers, Rick.
Thanks so much for coming
Bye, guys.
on.
See you
Enjoy the golf.
soon.
Thanks, man.
See you, fellas. See you soon.
There you go, the wonderful Rick Shiels. He's great.
People come for you on here, man.
Well, because I've got
About
Rory.
Rory.
I know. Do you know what?
People are just waiting for you, aren't they?
No, that's fine. I don't care. But do you know what's bizarre? Is yesterday when we were looking ahead to the golf, I'm sure I read that, and then I thought he must have won one. I remember him when he must have won it.
I think he's won 4 or 5 apparently.
Before he just said 4, yeah. I mean, that's a terrible mistake, isn't it?
And people are like, it's like they can't wait.
There's nothing you can do. Things are like, what I could have done is I could have dumped it to avoid it going up. I thought, I don't care.
Sometimes you wish you'd have dumped it.
Sometimes, I couldn't find the button. Sometimes you make mistakes and you just got to move on with life. When we come back, what we do when we come back, we're definitely not talking more. It's the last day of the competition. Someone's going to be winning tickets to Germany. It's a Bundesliga game, accommodation, flight, and everything.
What Bundesliga game though?
I think they choose it.
Okay, nice.
I don't know. Well, I think Bayern Munich are involved actually. And then from 5 o'clock, we'll be talking about Newcastle, Arsenal. Probably the biggest game of the weekend. A game that if Arsenal lose, is the title race over in September. 03717223344. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, and no Rory McIlroy.
TalkSport Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the TalkSport app and on your smart speaker. TalkSport.